Hey Libra, I'm David and welcome to my channel. I'm here to do your tarot reading for the month of May. If, excuse me, shoot, for August, sorry about that. I'm not sure why I just went back in time. Wow. Sorry about that. I'm here to do your tarot reading for the month of August. If you're new to tarot, please know that this is a general reading. Only take the bits and pieces that resonates with you. If it does not resonate, please leave it here. Um, Man, I still don't know why. I said maybe, but yeah, this is gonna be for August. I know I'm a little bit behind, but please bear with me. I do still like work a full-time job, but I do the best that I can. Please know that. So let's get ahead and get started. Show me what message do you have for Libra? Show me what message do you have for Libra? Starting off, we have temperance coming out, moderation, balance, harmony, healing. Okay. Clarify the temperance card. And we have the Eight of Wands in reverse. Delays, miscommunication, slow progress, lack of movement. Like I'm getting like a so far like a overall like obsessing about something. Like maybe that was a little bit of like impatientness that you was dealing with, Libra, or you might be dealing with throughout this month. Like obsessing over something, becoming antsy. Then we have the strength card in reverse, self-doubt, weakness, insecurity, lack of control. Clarify the strength card in reverse. Clarify the strength card in reverse. The devil, temptation, addiction, materialism, bondage. Clarify the Eight of Wands. Reverse. Clarify the Eight of Wands in reverse. Then we have the Sun card in reverse. Lack of energy, negativity, setbacks, delays. Yeah, it seemed like an overall impatient. Like what's coming to me, Libra, is that something that you, I guess, been waiting for a decision to be made. Like if this could apply, like say, if you recently applied for like a good job or something, like, or you currently under negotiation, like with a certain company. Feel like overall, there's a little bit of like an impatient energy. Um, to the point where I mean it does seem like it has been some time, and I feel like at least for some of you it's you kind of like tempted to like follow up to see if there's has been any progress. um some of you feel like because it has been so much time, like you starting to have self-doubt that it's going to go in your favor. Yeah, because I definitely see like a bunch of, even with the strength card being in reverse, which also could be like, um negative thoughts or like doubt that you could be developing about getting like a positive news about something. Yes. Then we got the Seven of Wands, giving up, surrendering, being overwhelmed, feeling defeated, lack of courage. I kind of hate to see this in a way because it sort of feels like, I mean, just hear me out, and I'm not trying to be, like a person that try to like get my opinion too much, but it sort of seems like you're putting all your like eggs in one basket, and I mean, I understand it, like especially if you want something to go well for you, I mean, not I shouldn't say that. I understand it because you really want this to work out in your favor. Um, but I just at the same time I caution this because like I don't like the negativity that you're like I guess the self what word like the I guess bad talk that you're or the self negative talk that you're doing to yourself. If you know what I mean, like it seems like there's a little bit of like negative thoughts that you're starting to think about yourself, which I definitely don't think you should be doing. And let me pull one more just to add a little more context. But I definitely don't. For me, I don't like this for you because then we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse: greed, selfishness, stinginess, exploitation, ungratefulness. Uh, I mean, and I feel like outside the Six of Pentacles, like even if you're trying to like you want to achieve this because of like the additional finances that come along, like that's I believe that's in your right to chase after more income. So I'm just gonna ignore that energy, even if that's if that's the tool or the thing that's motivating you, go ahead and use that. But I just don't really care for like the bad talk that I see or the self-doubt that you're developing. And I think if I was just like try to give you some words of encouragement, maybe you should at the same time you waiting on this, you start to focus on like another or developing another lead or opportunity because you never know. Like I learned in I guess in my own experience, like is sometimes is bad to focus on like the outcome of one thing because if it goes wrong, then it just seems such more upsetting versus like me having like multiple things going on. Like for example, I do different types of content, and yes, it'd be probably better for me to focus on one, of course, to like perfect something, but I'm also like enjoying the process of like being able to explore my different interests. So, and then, you never know how the future might develop, but I feel like because I'm just not making myself, I guess, focus on one thing hardcore, it allows me not to be so like emotionally tied to something. You know what I mean? But let's go ahead and reshuffle and see what other message can we get to come out for you. What other message do you have? Oof, that was flipped over. So let's go ahead and start with that. We have the Empress in reverse, neglect, lack of growth, stagnation, creative blockage. Clarify the Empress in reverse. Next we have the Chariot in reverse, lack of direction, aggression, lack of control. Then we have Five of Pentacles. Excuse me, Five of Cups. Loss, grief, disappointment, regret. Clarify the Five of Cups. This is like I'm trying to. I need to pull a little bit more Libras because I just need to get a little more clarity because I'm not sure if this is more so relationship leaning. But let's add a little more context. Then we have the Hierophant, position, spirituality. Then we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Lack of action, impulsiveness, recklessness, lack of passion, taking unnecessary risks. I definitely feel like there's of course, again, a lot of disappointment that's coming out here, like neglect, the lack of growth, stagnation. So it's giving me like an overall, starting off with things are not like going your way. Then we have the lack of direction, aggression. That's with the chariot in reverse. Typically the chariot in reverse signifies movement. I mean, in upright means movement, but with reverse, it means like there's definitely like a pause of like a standstill, something that hasn't been progressing. And again, like I'm not sure this could apply to like work or business or personal life where you just haven't been able to see the outcome or achieve the goals that you have set for yourself because with the Five of Cups coming out, Libra, I feel like this could be you being a little bit disappointed in yourself. And then when the message that came to me when I pulled the Hierophant card, to be honest, is like you sort of feel like also like in a way a little bit like you feel like you might have disappointed like your parents or like some people that expected you to achieve so much or so much greatness. So you like carrying that weight too. And with the Knight of Wands in reverse, I just feel like you just confused on what to do. You know what I mean? Like you have so many ideas. Like, okay, well, what should I try? What's she about? Like maybe you are a Libra that has so many interests that you just don't know which one you should start with. So you just like you want to do something, but you just don't know like where to start. Then we have the fourth source in reverse, burnt out, recklessness, lack of introspection, feeling trapped, and knowing warning signs. Then we have the Six of Pentacles, charity, generosity, giving, sharing, compassion. I like. I mean, in this sense, I don't know why. Like the Six of Pentacles made me feel like a little bit lighter, to be honest. Because okay, so what I feel like what's trying to come through now for you, Libra, is that yes, you kind of have sort of been like lost on what to do next, right? Like maybe you just not in the current position in life as far as like financially. It could apply to like your relationship, but it seems more so leaning towards like the finance or work part or aspect. And you kind of like I mentioned, seems like you feel like you let people who know you or people that you're related to down in a sense, and you just disappointed in yourself. And yeah, it's like with even with the Four Swords in reverse, it just still feels like you're just not really sure on what to do. But at the same time, if it was to like take the other meaning of the Four Swords, it's like, well, just it's kind of like giving a warning. Just don't like do or just try to make a decision just on what could earn you a quick buck, or you like get involved in something that could turn out bad for you. Because I feel like with the Six of Pentacles, um, coming out at the end, I feel like that's trying to like direct you and at least try to focus on something that you like at your core have a passion about or care about. And I do feel like that is similar to what a lot of like young adults go through. I remember I felt like I went through that when I first turned 18, where I just had so many. I was open, I guess, in a short form of my story. I was open to doing whatever would earn me money, because when you first become an adult, you don't really have that much I mean, excuse me, on the job experience. So you just essentially might be applying to with anything and almost everything, and you just don't really, you're not really sure what direction you want to go in. And I remember when I had started school, I guess because there's so many electives, I just tried to like figure out, I guess, what could be something that I on a simple form cared about. And for me, it was more so like I care more so about paychecks or payments. So that's why I went in the direction of accounting. So I feel like maybe that's something that you should consider. Like maybe just trying to think about like what is something that is basic core that or at your basic core that you care about. It could be fashion, it could be like the medical field or helping people, it could be nonprofit, just whatever you feel like you want. And I guess the way to switch it also, or something to consider, is not something that you just have to be set on for the remainder of your life. Like you just want to pick something to, I guess, become, I guess, to get started, but just always think, well, you can always change career, or like still revisit other interests of yours throughout your life. So hopefully those are some words of advice or encouragement. But again, you don't have to. You can take it or leave it. You don't have to take it. But overall, if this message resonate with you, please let me know. Leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, or consider subscribing to the channel. If it didn't resonate, please leave it here, as I mentioned before. Besides that, I hope you enjoy the rest of your month.